Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to see if it's possible to take some Warhammer 40k Sprues and melt them in this high temperature silicone. In a previous video you may have seen me take this silicone baking mould and make these base plates by melting cut up sprues in the oven. So I'm going to try it out again, but this time I'm going to take the sprues and use them in this high temperature silicone mould that I've made. So to start with, I'm going to make the frame for the piece I want to make a mould of, and for this test I'm going to use this floor piece. Obviously guys, I don't endorse or condone copying any GW figures or pieces. This is purely a test to see whether or not I can melt sprues in an oven in this high temperature silicone I'll be using. So I'm using the Lego to build the framework, as using the Lego makes it easy to build any kind of size I need, and it also comes apart very easily afterwards. So I'm going to use this thin sheet of foam as the base, as I don't want them nibbly knobbly bits from the base plate to come through. See guys, I can get the word nibbly knobbly bits into all my videos now. So it's just a case of cutting the foam to size and then building back up the Lego. So when I make the surrounds, I like to have at least a 5mm going all the way around the object. That's around the sides as well as at the top. So that's the frame built. Now on to mixing up the silicone. So this is one I haven't used before. So this is a high temperature silicone which can go in an oven up to about 250 degrees C. Not that I'll be going that high for the melting of the sprues. I normally go around at the 100, 150 max. So like all silicones, it's a two-part, and this is mixed on a ratio of 10:1. So using the scales is a must for this, just to get it accurate. In regards to how much I need of this, it really is a guesstimate, but because I've made quite a few moulds now, I'm not getting too bad at getting the right amount. Oh well, looks like I made a bit of a mess here. I think next time I'm going to use a syringe, and that should save on a bit of the wastage as well. So once they're both in, it's just a case of mixing it up. This one's a little bit trickier than normal because obviously it's not going to change colour at all. So it's just a case of making sure that I keep mixing and mixing until the consistency feels the same. If in doubt, just keep on mixing. And then as always, pouring from a nice height to get a thin stream, as this helps reduces getting any bubbles trapped in the mixture. I certainly like the colour of this one. It does seem to have a nice thick consistency to it. Fingers crossed it works out. So on the label it says it's a demould time of about 25 minutes, which seems incredibly quick. So I'm going to leave it for a good hour just to make sure. So this is the other reason I like using Lego for these kind of moulds, is it comes away so easily and you can break apart the frame in no time at all. And there we go, it's come out pretty good. You can see lots of the detail there. So on the whole, it's a pretty good mould. So I've got my box of all nibbly knobbly bits as well as all the shavings. So I'm just going to cut up a few more. So the sprues I like to cut up for this are all the ones that are a bit irregular. Obviously any straight edge sprues I like to keep. But any of these sort of really weird tree looking ones, these are pretty good just to cut up. So it's basically just a case of putting all these nibbly knobbly bits into the mould. I'm going to try and pile them up high so when they do start melting there'll be plenty there and hopefully it'll sort of spread out into all the gaps. So it's going in the oven on say a relatively low temperature of about 100-150 degrees for about 30 minutes or so. So I've taken it out of the oven, given it time to cool off, and this is how it looks. So the underneath's pretty cool and I think it would make for a great little texture. But let's turn it over and see how it's come out. See if it's captured any of the detail from the original. So it doesn't look too bad, seems to have captured some of the detail. There are a few potholes here and there, but on the whole it doesn't seem to be too bad, and certainly better than my last attempt with the Among Us figure. So whilst it's not come out too bad, it's still not perfect, and the reason for this is when the sprues melt, they don't really melt like a liquid, they just melt like a thick goo, so they don't really spread out into all the little gaps and the nooks and crannies. So it's certainly better than the melted acetone, but it's not really good enough to make proper casts from. So I hope you enjoyed the video guys. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave some comments below on what you liked about this video and what you might want to see me do next. I wanted to say a big thank you to all my patrons for helping to support this channel. That really means a lot, as I am now investing quite a lot of money into the channel, buying more bits and pieces, and some better streaming gear. And you can become a patron for as little as £1 a month, and this gives you access to some behind the scenes photos of what I'm currently working on. If you are new here and you like what I do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to be informed of all the videos that I produce. There is a link to another video on the screen, so give that a click guys and go and see some more of my work. That's it guys, bye for now.